How are you preparing yourself for the meet and greet? How exciting. Nerve-wracking, too. You have some idea in your head of how the other person looks and sounds, and you have some text conversations. Could this be the one? Wait, that's way too far down the road. The question I should be asking is, will I like them enough to go on a real date? So how are you preparing yourself? I wonder if I'll like her. I feel calm when I'm chatting with her. I like the way she texts. These are the things that you're saying to yourself, right? This is a sorting process. Might not fit. Who knows? Not a big deal. Those are your reassuring thoughts. Am I ready? Am I ready to actually meet somebody? Am I ready to start dating if this works? Or the anxious thought is, what if she doesn't like me? That often leads to overthinking. I don't need to do anything different to make somebody like me. If they don't like me, they're not my person. I'm going to be true to myself. So you've already done the preliminary work. Just go and don't overthink it. Many women talk about preparing for a good hour, trying to just figure out what to wear, borrowed clothes from other people, doing their hair just so, making sure that their body is how they want it to look. And what I hear from guys is not the same. They don't spend nearly the amount of time getting ready. Hey guys, think about thanking her for her time. Compliment how she looks. I really like your hair. Chances are she cut it, shampooed, conditioned, dried, maybe used a curling iron to make it just right. What did you do? When giving the compliment, consider not making it sexual, please. Earrings, hair, shoes. Ooh, I like your earrings. Great outfit. Wow, you look stunning. Now, compare that with, I've heard people not brushing their teeth, not shaving, not having deodorant on, having a slight body odor, having hair coming out of ears, nose, unusual places. They just don't look like they were well put together. Did you put time and effort into your clothing, grooming, hygiene? Do you care how you would look for yourself and them? I joke that there should be a group or panel that helps us determine when we're ready to go out on a date emotionally, psychologically, but also from a maturity standpoint. This same panel should determine if you're ready to go. If you don't have a friend group like this, consider a checklist of what people do to prepare to go. Please go beyond the bare minimum. You do owe us that. That panel would look at you, look at your outfit, look at your nose hair, ear hair, your eyebrows, would look at your outfit, would give you a quick sniff. Okay, you can go out now. You've done your personal work to get there. Imagine this panel also told you when to leave the relationship. You're overlooking some red flags there, and the panel says, nope, you're overlooking these. Or, heck, you're running away. It's only because you're scared. Don't run away. You might want to stay a little bit longer. Obviously, you'd get to veto this panel, but at least you're aware of it. The panel would also say, make sure that you're improving and growing before you put yourself out there. Make sure that you're ready. So again, you're choosing the venue, just like your clothing and fashion. Be strategic with things. Why that specific place? Why did you choose that? You're sending a signal whether you realize it or not. Is that signal consistent with your marketing and your brand? Personally, I was advised to create a few stories that I wanted to tell. They had to be true. Have some jokes on hand. Just want to make light chatter, have fun, be playful. Still be yourself, but think about this. What stories are you going to tell on this first meet and greet? You tell her who you are through your stories, right? Can you imagine if you had friends who are healthy, value relationships, and wisdom? You could ask them to help you with a few stages of dating by forming this panel. Before the meet and greet, they'd look at your profile and who you say you are. They keep you honest as well as accurate. They help you with blind spots of who you want, or at least say you want. 2 or 3 of your closest friends, and you run the most promising profile past them. Your friends know your type, what mistakes you've made in the past with the relationships. They know your blind spots, they're supporting you. They might see the profile of the other person and say, are you kidding me? Or absolutely, give that a try. Here are some of the possible yellow and red flags to look out for. And then we go in with our eyes open. So imagine old-time dating, right? Your friends would say, you like her? Don, no, that's not a good fit. What are you doing? Again, you get to veto their advice, but you've slowed down the process, less likely to be impulsive or go in blindly. They're the ones that have your back. So let's review here. The meet and greet is the first time that you meet in person. Some people call it a first date. A lot of people call it a meet and greet. After that, you might go on a first date according to that wording. One size doesn't fit all. So what's your purpose for meeting and greeting? For me, the only purpose is to see if I want a second meeting. You want to see if there's any attraction at all. Physical or romantic, conversational, voice, face, body, height, vibe. Are they complaining the whole time? How's their hygiene, their fashion, their nonverbals? Did the profile match the person in front of you? Is there good energy between you? Can you keep the conversation going, and can they? So I'm looking for deal breakers. The default is to have the second date unless there's a deal breaker. One of the main complaints that I hear is that men can't do conversation. They don't keep it going. And so she feels like she has to talk the whole time. And then the guy complains that she's talking the whole time, but the guys aren't carrying their side. There aren't a lot of good men out there, and poor conversation is one of the things that women hate. Yep. All right, so let's recap. One of the strategies for the meet and greet is to just meet over coffee for like half an hour up to an hour. Leave them wanting more. Get to know them briefly. See if there's any red flags. Get out of there. Leave them wanting more. Then there's some mystery as well as a little bit of vulnerability. I've heard other people do 2 to 3 hours. I had one couple talk about 5 hours on their meet and greet. Again, strategically, think it through. If you know within the first 10 minutes it's not going to work, make it short, please. That's merciful. You decide whether you want to meet them again. Always leave them wanting more. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Leave while you're still both having a good time. Leave on a good note, and she thinks about it differently. Leave when she's tired or done with conversation, and you risk her wondering, what else is there to talk about? Consider how slow or fast you want to go in a relationship. Use your full empathy. How fast does this person want to go? Are you forcing yourself? Are you making them feel uncomfortable in any way? Are you creepy? Are you reading the situation well? Is alcohol impairing your judgment? Are you all over them? What does that mean? I would advise against that in this context. The meet and greet and you're all over them. I've heard horror stories about that in my office. Some people at the meet and greet insist on picking her up at her house and bring flowers. You just met her and you're at her house. Moving that fast usually means it won't last very long. Did you meet her kids before the date even started because you picked her up at her house? Did you bring flowers before you even knew if there was a connection in person? It's a bit forward or romantic, depending on the context. That's a bit risky for my taste. I personally would advise against that. Are you setting this up for dinner or for a quick 30-minute getting to know you meet and greet? You don't want to spook them or be considered creepy. Think through what you want and why you want it. Be strategic. So one thing that I keep hearing is, do I have to sleep with the person after date 1? Do I have to kiss them? Is it date 1, date 3? What are the signals that it's okay to kiss and not to kiss? Do you talk about it? Is it awkward because you don't talk about it? All right, this is the age of consent. You're supposed to ask before you touch, ask before you kiss. I've heard a lot of women say that comes off as too formal, so think it through. Have a plan that's true to who you are. I've heard this one. I personally like it. You make the eye contact. You hold eye contact for about 5 seconds. You lean in for the kiss. If she leans in to kiss you back, you've got consent. Many women talk about being afraid to say no to a kiss because the guy's scary. They go ahead and make the kiss, but never see him again. The guy thinks that because she didn't say no, that she really wanted to kiss and wanted to be with him. Hey, let's be honest, even if you ask and she says yes, there's no guarantee. Slow things down. What's the rush? Get to know each other. You don't have to lock it down. As a matter of fact, that looks kind of desperate. In counseling, most women complain about how fast guys move on date 1. There's no rush. There's no urgency. Guys tell me, you don't want to be in the friend zone. And sometimes for people, well, that can be a tough balance. I'm going to suggest not kissing right away, not being all over her right away. Use your words and nonverbals to convey that you're not friend material, but boyfriend material. You could be upfront and use your words and tell her you don't kiss the first date or 2 dates. Take away all the anxiety and just enjoy getting to know each other. You can still flirt and do all the nonverbal flirting and stay out of the friend zone. But some women hate that. Others love it. Consider that last statement. It's almost 100% true. No matter what you're doing, whatever's happening, some will like it, others won't. So ask, talk about it, look for signals, assume that you cannot read her signals, be humble. Err on the side of caution. Everyone feels a little bit safer and more relaxed.